Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's time for a review of The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. I literally just finished this today, and I have to say that in the past 10 years there have been a lot of zombie books out there, but this one is definitely one of a kind. I haven't read anything like it. For those of you who are into comic books, the author M.R. Carey, who usually goes by Mike Carey, he writes for different comic books. He started out writing for Vertigo books, and he wrote Lucifer. He did write the Age of X storyline for X-Men, and I think he wrote No More Humans, which was another X-Men story. And those were stories that I really enjoyed. I rated them all 4 out of 5 stars. So I know this guy's a good writer. And I didn't know that going into this book that the guy was a comic book writer. So I kind of learned that by reading his little blurb about him in the back of the book. Well, anyways, before I get into this book, I do want to mention that this book is being currently produced to be a film, and the film is going to be called She Who Brings Gifts. It's going to star Glenn Close, who is going to be one of the main characters, Dr. Carolyn Caldwell, and I really cannot wait to see this film. I think it's going to come out sometime in 2016. So having read this book, I am highly anticipating this film. Okay, so let's get on with the book review. If you're not familiar with this book, and this book has been trending in the BookTube community, and I remember adding it a while ago. I just kept seeing it either in my feed or I saw it on YouTube. But then I just kind of forgot all about it, and I was like, yeah, I want to read something apocalyptic, so I just happened to come across this book again, so I decided to add it and read it. And I'm not disappointed at all. I'm going to tell you real quick, I'm going to read the inside synopsis so you guys have an idea what's going on. Inside it says, every morning Melanie waits in her cell to be collected for class. When they come for her, Sergeant Parks keeps his gun pointing at her while 2 of his people strap her into the wheelchair. She thinks they don't like her. She jokes that she won't bite, but they don't laugh. Melanie is a very special girl. So that tells you a little bit about this book, but the thing is, I don't want to tell you so much because if I give away too much and make it spoilery, it's going to ruin your enjoyment of reading this. And that's one of the things I really enjoyed about this book, was that the fun thing was learning all the different things going on in this world. And Mike Carey really knows how to set things up. He sets up this apocalyptic landscape, and you're introduced to a few characters. And you're introduced to this classroom. You're not really sure where it is, but there's a classroom of kids, and they all have different instructors. And bit by bit, he introduces more of this world. It's so intriguing, very suspenseful, and it definitely kept me wanting more. The main character is a little girl named Melanie, which, of course, from reading the synopsis, that you got that much. Yes, she is very special. And all she wants is to be loved and to have a family and be accepted for, who she is. One thing I can say about this world, and this is all I'm really going to say about the world, and it is about zombies. Yes, these are a different type of zombies. These ones are caused by a fungus that somehow enters the world and starts turning people into zombies, which in this book they're called hungries, which I thought was very original to call them hungries instead of just calling them zombies. It gave them a different feel, and I think the whole fungal zombie thing is a whole different take that you don't see too often in zombie books. Near the beginning, you just want to know, why is Melanie so special? Is it because she's like a genius? Are her and her peers, what makes them so special? And this was another thing that just kept me turning the pages. I wanted to know what was happening. Who are these people? What is going on in this world? Why is the world the way it is? Just a total page turner. So in this world, there are these people on the base who are scientists, and there's army guys, and then you've got these other humans who live out in the wild, and they're called junkers. They're like survivalists who just get scrap material. They just, whatever they can get to try to survive. and then there's the Hungries, and then you have... Nah, I don't want to tell you anymore, because Rick Carey has a way of developing the characters over time, so you either love them or you hate them. And just the way he puts everybody in this world and makes them work together just really made this book even better. I really loved it. It's like a total journey, and you get so into the world that you can't wait to see what's going to happen to the characters. And like I mentioned before, he gives you a little bit at a time, so you're just kind of slowly, very slowly over the 400 pages, you're getting to learn what exactly this world is like, and how just around every corner there could be something dangerous about to happen to this group of people. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed reading it, and it was a very quick read. It was actually only like 400 pages, so it wasn't too bad. And I know some people have been saying this is a YA. It's not really YA, it's an adult science fiction book. But if you're into zombies or apocalyptic fiction, I think you should definitely check this one out. I rated this 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see the film. I want to see this. I know Glenn Close is going to be good for this role, because I was kind of picturing someone like her when I was reading the book. But yes, it is a page turner, and yes, it is definitely a good book. I'm afraid of telling you guys something and spoiling it, so I don't want to say too much more. Thanks for watching. Till next time, later guys.